Hello and welcome back to Tutor on a Bike. It's been a week since I've been able to get out on the bike. I'm not going to complain about the weather, I've had enough trouble about that already, but it's been utter shite. 3.5 inches of rain in 5 days is just a little bit much. So today it's Saturday and lo and behold it's dry, so because I was suffering from withdrawal symptoms, I'm out for a little spin, just myself, and I'm just going to enjoy it, I think. I hope anyway. The mood is lightened because the sun is out. So if you want to check back on my previous video, I put up a video just the other day. I've reached 100 subscribers, which I'm delighted about. I really didn't expect to get any at all. I do this for my own amusement, and I'm highly chuffed that we've got some people who have come along for the ride, which is great. So I've done a little giveaway competition-y type thing in a previous video, so check that out if you're interested in a little freebie. They're limited, so be quick. So today I've just come from Dumfries to Dalbeattie. That road was, they've resurfaced quite a lot of it, and the tires, because of the rain and things, the tires not got a chance to dry, so it was really pretty slippery coming along, so I didn't record any of that. It was a slow, very careful run because the tires really quite greasy still. So I've come from Dalbeattie along the 710, that was the one I took along the coast the other day, but I'm coming the whole distance this time, and we may well stop and have a little admire of the scenery because it is quite a bit clearer today. So I just want to talk about a little bit about vlogging and YouTube and all that kind of thing. I'm fairly new to this, as you know. Well, not fairly new, I'm very new to this. I only started just in the springtime there, and I've put up a few videos talking nonsense, and I just wanted to sort of have a little chat about my experiences so far, what my difficulties have been, what my current setup is, and I think it might be useful. It would be useful to me if I was just starting. I have looked at an awful lot of YouTube videos when I started to do this, and a lot of them were great, a lot of them were really helpful, but they seem to have little secrets that you're expected to find out all by yourself. So, as I mentioned before, I've got my two Osmo Action 4 cameras. I fell out with GoPro. I had 3 GoPro Hero 9s, and they were okay, but I started to get the apparently notorious GoPro problem, where they freeze or they just look like they're recording but aren't, and I lost an awful lot of footage. And annoyingly, it was the footage that was with my trip over to the East Coast with my son. So I spat out my dummy, threw my toys out my pram, and I've sold the GoPros, and I've bought these Osmos along with, as I've mentioned before, the DJI wireless microphones, which seem to give good sound. So I've got one on the chin, one on the wing mirror, as you can see there, the remote control down on the handlebars so that I can start them at the same time, and I am happy so far with my progress on that. Everything with DJI, and you know, I'm not sponsored by anybody, I'm nowhere near big enough for that, but everything I've got, I've bought obviously with my own money, and I have to see that DJI just work. They just work. They do what they say on the tin, and you've got no problems once you've got the settings dialed in, there's absolutely no problem. I record my videos in 2.7K, and the reason for that, well, there's two reasons for that really. The first of which is that it's easier to record, or easier to edit rather. The file sizes are not massive as they would be perhaps in 4K. So, and 2.7K seems to be fine for most applications. So that's what I record in. The wing mirror mount has got what they call rock steady. I think GoPro would call it hyper smooth. So basically it's a image stabilization thing, and it works very well. The one on my chin is set up, which is a DJI thing. I don't know whether GoPros do it, maybe the newer ones do, where it's called Horizon Steady or something like that. And the idea is that the horizon stays horizontal and you see the bike leaning over, and that gives you the kind of impression, I suppose, of riding, the rider's eye view, if you like. And I hope you all like that. I quite like it, to be honest. I'm still playing about with the settings. Ooh, it's a big bump. They did warn me about it. I can't say anything about it. So I edit using Video Proc Vlogger, which is a totally free program. Oh my goodness! And it is it's very good, very simple to use, and for the editing that I do and the standard of knowledge that I have, it's absolutely first class. It really is, and it's free. My favourite word. I'm Scottish after all. So now that I've got the settings dialed in and I'm kind of happy with the sound, I'm happy with the views, I'm happy with the software that I use, so everything in the garden is rosy. The only issue that I do have, and I'm quite sure plenty of other people who do YouTube videos have got this same problem, but I live in a housing estate that was built back in the 1970s, and the telephone cables are all buried underground. There's no overhead cables, and an awful lot of them are aluminium rather than copper. And as you know, aluminium does corrode, and it doesn't transmit, certainly doesn't transmit heat as well as copper does. So we have problems with the signal for the internet. I had the BT guy out just this week because I was having real issues with my internet. He was a great guy. He was a lovely fella, really helpful. I explained my problems to him. He spent a good couple of hours. He tested our connection. He went away to the box. He changed some kind of wiring. I don't know what he did. He did explain it to me, but it was like speaking Arabic. And he says increased the speed and reliability of our connection. Now I know that there's a lot of people certainly in the bigger areas or areas where there is overhead telephone lines, have got full fibre and ridiculous speeds and all the rest of it. We simply can't get that because all our cables are buried underground, and they would have to dig up all the roads in the estate and dig up everybody's driveways or gardens to put new cable in, so they're just simply not going to spend that kind of money. So we're stuck with the connections that we've got. So at best my download speed is 25 megs. It drops regularly to 10 or thereabouts when it gets busy, and my upload speed is at best about 4 and regularly drops to 1 or less, which means that uploading videos is a time-consuming business, and I'm sure it is for everybody, but from what I can understand looking at what people are saying on the internet, I have a particularly slow upload connection. So if I do half an hour's worth of video, which is kind of the general length of my videos, it takes me about 15 hours to upload it. So I set it going at bedtime and it's ready by usually lunchtime or thereabouts the following day. So yeah, it takes a bit of time, but still, that's it. There's nothing I can do about that, unfortunately, other than move to somewhere else. So I'll not be putting up videos every day. I am thoroughly enjoying the process of putting up videos, and I don't know, it's a funny thing. You get a new hobby and you get passionate about it. But what I am seeing is, in a lot of people that vlog a lot or have vlogged for a long time, are getting a bit disillusioned with it, both in terms of mojo and enthusiasm to get out and do it, and also in terms of the money that they get back from YouTube. Now, I don't want any money from YouTube. I don't want any money from anybody. I'm doing this for my own amusement. So if people want to subscribe, that's fine. But the target that you need to start earning on YouTube is so big, I'm never going to reach it, and I couldn't care less. This is something I'm enjoying doing. So I hope not to get disillusioned. I imagine come the winter time I'm going to be struggling to put out videos. I am retired, but I have got a small business to run as well, and I've obviously got family commitments, so I can't be out on the bike as much as I would like, even if we did have the weather. So I don't have stacks of what the professionals call B-roll, so it's just extra footage which they can put up if the weather's bad, they can't get out on the bike, they can perhaps do it as a voiceover. It's a great idea. I just don't have that in my arsenal, because, as I said, the weather stops me from going out very often. So my vlogging is, I do it, I edit it, I put it up. It's pretty much not so much a last minute thing, but a just in time thing. So there is going to be times come the winter time where I'm not going to be able to put any up. But what I'll do is I'll sit back and enjoy my videos. So I would like to say, or I would like to tell you and give credit to some of the people that have been helpful to me, as well as some of the videos that I've put up, and some of the videos that I watch. So obviously I've mentioned Norma a few times. Norma's my neighbour across the road, and she follows along with my exploits, and she's actually been really helpful in saying, you know, yeah, the sound is better, or I do like that view, or I don't like this view, and this is what I prefer. She's actually been really good. It's as a layman's perspective, because she's not a motorcyclist. So thanks, Norma. Appreciate your input. She gave me a row the other day for moaning too much about the weather, and it's fair dues. When I watched the video back, yeah, all I did was moan about the rain. There's a couple of channels that I watch now. I've mentioned before was Dave Wheeler, the Bingley Wheeler. Links will all be in the description. He's a lovely fella. He vlogs down in Yorkshire area. Absolutely beautiful scenery. He's got a collection of bikes, and he's been very generous with his knowledge and expertise. So I recommend that you have a wee look at Dave. He's another old guy that rides bikes and talks shite. Sorry, Dave. The other fella that I watch is a fella called, his channel's called Old Bloke in a Ducati. Now, I actually don't know his real name, I must find out, but he does some rides. He's an old bloke on a Ducati, funnily enough. He's got a Ducati which he maintains himself, and he goes for rides out in the Durham area, County Durham area, and the guy's an absolute legend, an absolute inspiration. He's, I think, 79 years old. He rides this Ducati quite regularly from what I can make out, and he's not afraid to send it along the road if there's an open road for him to do so. And yeah, the scenery around that area as well is absolutely gorgeous, and he stops in interesting parts and lets you have a wee look at things. So, old bloke in a Ducati, he's like me, he's got about the same number of subscribers as me, and he's got a lovely channel. So yeah, check him out. The next one along is Coast Rider Scotland. He's a fella that lives in the East Coast, and that's a lot of water. I've just soaked my feet. He lives in the East Coast, where I was with Ben over in Aberlady, Gullin area. I think he's a greenskeeper at the big golf course at Gullin. The name of it escapes me just at the moment because I don't play golf, but it's where the Open's quite often held, but I can't remember the name of it. So he's really quite an interesting character. He rides a 350 Royal Enfield, and he also has a World War II Willys Jeep, and he takes you for rides round there. It's lovely. It's round about the coast. He takes you on trips, and yeah, another great channel, and a fellow Scotsman. Got to give him a shout. And lastly, which is one that I've just actually come across, is a fellow called Craig. His channel's called Riding Through Grief. So he's got an RT, a 1200 RT, and he vlogs. He's gone trips. He's recently done, excuse me a minute, I'll just overtake. There we are. Slow back down, not get carried away. So yeah, Craig is, he's got an RT, as I said. He rides, he's done the NC 500 in 2 stages recently, and he vlogs sometimes just on his commute to work. And his story is that very sadly he lost his wife earlier this year due to cancer, at the age of, I can't remember now, but mid-30s I think. I mean, way too early. And the fellow's obviously devastated by this. And what he's done is he's taken on, or started a channel that hopefully can help other people suffering from grief or going through similar situations. And what he's also doing is completing some tasks that his late wife set him. The NC 500 obviously was one of them. So, interesting fella. It's not all doom and gloom and grief. He's quite an entertaining way of talking. He camps out. I reckon I'm too old to be camping out on bike trips, but no, he camps out, and yeah, well worth a look. So again, all these channels I'm going to link down below. These are ones that are kind of inspirational to me, and have helped me along in what I'm doing. So yeah, go and visit them. If you like what you see, subscribe to them and enjoy it. Right, I think I can go here. Got a little blind summit, but you can see past it. Whoa, more water. It just gives you an idea of the amount of rain we've had. It's been monsoon season. It's not really been summer, it's been monsoon season. So we're looking today at the, what are we, 24th of August, I think. It's a Saturday. And most of the Scottish schools are back now, so Ben was back in from Wednesday onwards, and I think the English school kids have still got another couple of weeks. They started a couple of weeks later than us. So we've still got quite a lot of tourists on the road here, and a lot of camper vans. Boo! Camper vans! But that should ease off in the next couple of weeks, and then we should have lovely open roads like this. Now this road has been very quiet, no complaints at all, but some of the more touristy areas are absolutely chock-a-block. The North Coast 500, according to my mate, is still chock-a-block. So yeah, don't bother going. Anyway, I've blethered on enough. Blether means chatted on or talked on or talked shite too much. So I'm going to end the video there. I'll do a little walk around video of, or a little, not so much a walk around video, but a kit check. I'll let you see what equipment I use and what settings I use, but that'll be a kind of desktop exercise in a future video. So in the meantime, thank you very much again for joining me. Thank you very much to all the people who have subscribed. Good luck in my little giveaway competition, and I'll catch you in the next one. Ride safe. Oh, fucking hell.